What's good, my people? Welcome to my YouTube channel and episode 1 of my podcast. Listen, what a hectic week we've seen. Everyone that doesn't support Arsenal all of a sudden decided to support Man City. I'm talking about shameless Man United fans, shameless Liverpool fans. Man City are meant to be your biggest rivals in recent history. These guys were all twerking for Man City to beat Arsenal in the FA Cup. It wasn't even like it's the Premier League. Like, I never seen a bunch of anti-Arsenal fans come outside. And you know what? Testament to Arsenal this season, innit? We've been so good. We've been so good to a point where the haters are now supporting the rivals defeating us. Look, we've come out of the FA Cup. That game, personally, for me, was it was quite boring. There was a lot of changes, obviously, in our first team. And dead. Dead 0-0 in the first half. Trossard, though, made his debut. He looked good. He looked lively. He looked like our best player on the day. Saka looked tired. Like he was shit. Let's be honest. He was dead throughout the game, man. And he deserves a one-off bad performance, man, because he's been so consistent for us all season. And obviously, we had a lot of guys that came in, Holding, who Haaland just kept rolling him. Like, Holding got booked in the first 15-20 minutes. He couldn't deal with Haaland's presence. It wasn't even like Haaland did much against us, but Holding was he just couldn't deal with him, innit? A lot of City decided to field a stronger squad than us, of course. Seeing the likes of Mahrez there, De Bruyne, Haaland, they had a lot of these big ballers in it, but us, we had to rotate in it. Thomas Partey, who started in the first half, came off at half time. Hearing it was a little injury, but I'm seeing that he will be available for our next game. Thank God for that. But Nathan Ake obviously scored, but it's one of them ones where at the end of the day, like, Man City deserved it for the second half performance. We're out of the FA Cup, but people are literally trying to find anything to put a stain on our season. Before the season started, nobody expected Arsenal to be top of the Premier League, to be how many points clear at the top. You understand? Nobody expected Arsenal to win the FA Cup, to win the Carabao Cup, you understand, to win the Europa League. All of a sudden now, people are trying to put those expectations on us. I'm hearing people say, if Arsenal don't win the Premier League, it's going to be, like, we're going to throw them. I'm like, brother, you support Chelsea. You support Tottenham. You support Liverpool. You support Man United. How can you banter us, bro? You can't. You legit can't. If you're behind us and you're not winning nothing, you can't chat to us. At the end of the day, innit, it's just nice to see that Arsenal are making so many fans uncomfortable because of the success we've had so far this season. And I've said the priority this season was to finish in the top 4. Now, we're in a very good position where we are challenging for the title, and I believe we definitely can win the title now. We've beaten almost every team we faced, apart from Man City. But before we played Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea, all these teams, people kept saying, watch till you get one of the top 6 sides. Man United were the first top 6 side to beat us, and guess what? We ended up beating them just last week. So yeah, man, we've showed courage. We've showed that we're a young team that's hungry. Obviously, what's lacking is definitely the squad depth, because right now, man, like I said, when Partey came off injured against City, I was like, oh my God, we need a replacement. We've seen that we bid for Casado. Brighton are moving kind of crazy. Like, they've rejected 60 million, then 70 million. I don't know how much they want for the guy, but we definitely need to get a few new recruitment. But if we do, I believe we can definitely win the league this season. So you haters, if Arsenal wins the Prem and we're out of the FA Cup, out of the Carabao Cup, you guys can't say nothing. And even if we don't, obviously we're out of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So let's just say we don't win a trophy this season and we finish second. Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, Man United fan, you can't chat to us, bro. You might win the Carabao Cup, but you can't chat to us. And in another game where one of the banter FC of the season so far in Liverpool lost 2-1 to Brighton. Like, Liverpool, loserpool, finish pool. I don't know what's going on with Liverpool, if I'm totally honest with you, bro. Like, Klopp is persistent with his squad that he has. You understand? They're not getting no signings across. But I don't know what's happening to them, bro. Like, beating Brighton, they've clearly struggled to deal with them. You understand? This season. But Brighton are a very good side, very attacking side. And like I said, Graham Potter left his wand at Brighton, bro, and went to Chelsea. And that wand is still doing its magic for Brighton. Mitoma, oh my God, bro. He's making opponents twerk for him before he scores, blood. That guy, the directness, the decisiveness of the guy, the way he's brave and scores goals, bro, almost every week now. What a baller. Like, I'm surprised no one bid for him. But at this rate, anyone that bids for Brighton players, they're telling you at least 100 to 150 mil. So it's getting to a point where it's getting a bit ridiculous. But what an absolute baller. But Liverpool, bro, what's going on, fam? Let's be honest. What are they actually going to achieve this season? The defence is dusty. The midfield is expired. And the forward line is absolutely clueless. Mo Salah has just not been it this season, man. I know his stats still looks quite good. But if you're watching him, eye test, you're seeing it, bro. Like, from the eye test point of view, he's not doing anything, bro. You understand? He's got a couple goals, like I said, this season. And in big games as well. But his overall play has just gone. Like, Mane, when he was there, you could see Salah was more free. And you know, like Darwin Núñez, he's a player that's not decisive enough, misses a lot of chances. Yes, he makes runs and whatnot, but clearly right now, anyways, he's not the answer. But either way, he's got time. You know, it might be a season where he needs to just adapt. But yeah, Liverpool, things are just not looking good for them, I can't lie. That 7th year curse with Klopp thing, I'm starting to believe is true. And even like when you're seeing Klopp's reaction, you're seeing that this is a guy that looks defeated. It's a guy that looks like he's run out of ideas, a guy that looks like he's gone clueless. But yeah, I don't know what the expectation is for Liverpool this season, if I'm totally honest, bro. Because this season, what are they really competing for? In the league, they're 9th. They've been knocked out all the other competitions, and then basically all they've got left to play is the Champions League. And personally, I won't be shocked if Liverpool shock Madrid, but personally, I believe Madrid just know how to get it done, innit? And Madrid always get the best. They always end up beating Liverpool as well in the Champions League, and this is their cup. Liverpool as well have won this trophy quite a lot of time. That's what I say, they've given a lot of memorable nights at Anfield, especially in the Champions League. But I just think this team ain't good enough, man. I know Real Madrid not being consistent, but I just look at the talent that they have compared to Liverpool's talent, and I see how fragile Liverpool are defensively. I just can't see how Liverpool overcome this, man. So I don't know what they're actually competing for. This will definitely be Klopp's worst season, I believe, man. Let's head over to La Liga, man. And Barcelona, 5 points clear. They have turned things around. Xavi's finally got his point across to the team. Defensively, they've gone solid. And they're picking up points. Whilst their rival Real Madrid are showing a lot of inconsistencies. Obviously, the downfall for them is Ousmane Dembele injured. I'm hearing for up to like 6 weeks, which is bad for them because obviously they've got a playoff Europa League game against Manchester United, and Ousmane Dembele, he's been on fire for Barcelona this season. They beat Girona recently, and man likes the young star boy for them. Man like Pedri. This guy, listen, I don't care what anyone tells me, the best young midfielder in world football, man. His IQ, everything. And like I said, he's adding goals to his game as well. He's actually adding goals to his game. So Barcelona right now, like I've said throughout the whole season, at times they look like a world-class team, and at times they look average. But in recent times, like, they've whipped the rivals Real Madrid, absolutely battered them. You know, they're getting consistency from all their main players. You know, Lewandowski is still chipping in with the goals there and there. Like I said, Dembele is just being crucial. Pedri and Gavi's consistency. And that defense, you get me, with that young boy, Balde left back, Rojo, like Ter Stegen at the back, in goal. Like, bro, Barcelona look really good, bro. And I feel like next season, like, we could see them back to challenging, you know, in the Champions League again. Because there'll be more structure. They'll know who their best players are. And yeah, just a few more recruitment. And I think Barcelona can get back to there. Xavi, you can finally see, you know, because I've seen he's been disrespected at times this season, and sometimes he's deserved it. Like, for example, in the Champions League, him being very naive, trying to play same squad against Inter Milan, you know, the Bayern Munich game as well, like in the Champions League. Some of the substitutions he's done. But I feel like now he's kind of cooled down. He knows his best 11. And yeah, Barcelona look really good. But as players, I think the squad players need to start doing more. That's the only downfall of Barcelona right now. People like Ferran Torres and Rafinha, they need to show more consistency. But with Ousmane Dembele injured now, it will be their time to show whether they're good enough to be superstar players for Barcelona. But look, everything's looking really good for them, man. Head over to Real Madrid. They drew 0-0 against Real Sociedad. And like I mentioned, they are 5 points behind Barcelona, which gives Barcelona a huge advantage. Like, especially with Barcelona's recent form, solid defensively. Even Barcelona are whipping Real Madrid in the cup as well to show that they are the better side currently. But yeah, Real Madrid need to start getting more consistency from their players. They need it. But the thing about Real Madrid is, if you actually check their history, even when they had the great Cristiano and all that, like, in the league, they were never that great. But Champions League, they always found a way. Even look at last season. I know last season they won La Liga as well and everything, but like, they were like, no one expected Real Madrid to win it. You know, they had a few, I wouldn't say lucky wins, but, you know, they had a few wins where it was almost momentum. The other team making a mistake and then Real Madrid just pouncing on that and then gaining more confidence. But this season, they look a bit worse than last season. So I don't know if you're going to see Real Madrid, you know, coming back like they did last season. But I do think they will beat Liverpool in the Champions League, because I think Liverpool have been 10 times worse than Madrid this season. But in the league, I personally think Barcelona are going to take it, man. I just think that Real Madrid squad, there's so many things. They've got players who, you know, we've been saying for years are getting older and older, the likes of Modric and Cruz. But bro, as the year goes on, they are getting older and older and slower and stuff. So it is natural. So they're losing that dynamic. The tempo in their game is slowing down. And like, young active teams are causing so much problems for them. And like, even defensively, they just look vulnerable. Offensively, the chemistry is not there. Rodrigo, I think, probably needs to start more games. Vinny Jr., Mr. Inconsistent. You know, he had his best season last year, but this season he's been inconsistent. And Karim Benzema has had injuries as well, which has obviously disrupted the season. But at this moment in time, I feel like Real Madrid are going to beat Liverpool. I don't know where I see them going in the Champions League, but I do feel like it's their competition and they'll always find a way. But domestically, I think Barcelona have it wrapped up, man. Like, I know 5 points is not a lot, but I just feel like Barcelona are just solid, like defensively, and offensively they are scary. Let's talk about PSG. The team where they got the three big superstars. They got the GOAT, Leo Andres Messi, the World Cup winner, playing for them. And listen, like right now, Ligue 1 is tight. It's really tight. The table is very tight. And PSG have started to drop points on the week-to-week basis now, man. And yesterday's game was just horrific to watch. Absolutely horrible, man. Messi was disappointing. Neymar was the best player offensively for PSG, and he scored as well and was involved in some important plays. But defensively though, oh my God, shocking. Absolutely horrible. They gave the opponent 7 shots in the first half, and PSG were playing at home as well. And Kylian Mbappe was horrible yesterday. Absolutely horrible. And I know I've called him selfish sometimes, but yesterday, bro, the guy was trying to force passes too much. Like, literally, he's in good positions to just run past this guy and either shoot or cross. And he kept trying to pass and he kept losing it. And he kept trying to do his flicks and that, and they weren't good enough. But yeah, Messi, I don't know, man. A lot of loose passes. Like, you can just sense like the team is down. Like, there's no energy about it. And that midfield as well is trash. Verratti, who came on, got himself sent off. And he looked like he was missing. He looked like he was the player they were missing from the first half. He came on and stupid tackle, dangerous tackle, gets red carded. And yeah, man, PSG were able to still take the lead. And, you know, towards the end, Balogun, who for Rems, who is on loan from Arsenal, this guy has been outstanding in League 1. And I'm happy for him, because when you look at Saliba and what he's doing with Arsenal now, he went on loan to League 1 as well. And look what he's doing. Look what he's doing for Arsenal. So Balogun's getting that confidence. He's believing himself. He's getting 90 minutes. And he was causing problems for Ramos and Marquinhos. You know, Bernard's finished. They need Mendes to come back, bro. Hakimi was all right yesterday, but I still feel like this guy is not playing his game. Like, when you got a creative players like Messi and Neymar, the wing backs are very important. That's why Mendes, I love him, because when he plays, he's fearless. And it's not because he's playing with Messi, Neymar and Mbappe, he doesn't play his game. You know, Messi wants fullbacks that go in behind so he can find them with that ball, that diagonal ball that he does all the time. He's got the vision. If you even remember against the Netherlands in the World Cup, that through ball to Molina, he knows the wing backs getting in behind. But at PSG, there's no structure. And that's why you have to go to Gaultier. At the beginning of the season, I thought, you know what? This guy looks serious. They're beating every team. But they've gone back to the same PSG we was watching last season. The same PSG, man. And what it is you got Neymar who's sacrificing himself, who's defending. Messi's 35. He's the greatest player ever. Like, you can't expect him to be dropping deep defending. But then you've also got Kylian Mbappe, who is supposed to be his team, the star. But, bro, he's younger. He's going to have to make that sacrifice, bro. Because you can't have just one of them dropping deep and the other two not doing it. It's not going to work. Like, and it's not just that they don't drop deep. But I feel like when they play, it's only them three trying to get the ball. And you got three players that are trying to touch the ball every time. Who is the pivot? Who is the pivot to bounce off of? Like, we all know Messi, you give him a good number 9, it's lights out. Mbappe can be a great number 9 and everything. Obviously, he doesn't play with his back turned to goal, but he wants to get involved. He doesn't want to just be the pivot. Like, we've seen him call out his club for playing that pivot role. Now, Gaultier's changed it all up, and it's actually messed up the team. And I don't know how it's going to work, but from what I'm seeing, that defense of Ramos, Marquinhos is done out. If they play Bayern Munich, it's peak. I know Bayern Munich are not looking that great themselves, but PSG are looking too horrible and too easy to. They give too many opportunities to the opponents. Too many opportunity, man. But like I said, again, if Mendes is back and it's the right team, you're gonna have to get Kimpembe there in that defense. Or they're going to have to sign. I know they signed Skriniar, but I'm hearing this at the end of the season, though, he's joining them. They need him now, bro. Because without him, that defense is going to be horrible. And that midfield three as well, he's going to have to find the perfect balance or the perfect formation. Because at the end of the day, like, Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe will always play. So Gaultier has a responsibility to get the best out of three of them. And he needs to get the balls and the courage to do it, man. But yeah, I'm just tired of watching them. I can't lie, man. Watching them has become painful. It's like a punishment. It used to be enjoyable just so I can get to watch Messi. But bro, they're not playing with a system that suits Messi, Neymar, any of them. It's like just whatever kind of thing. Just try and find them free. That's not tactics. That's dumb. That's what Poch was doing. And Gaultier had a structure at the beginning. He really needs to go back to doing that, man. But yeah, thank you for watching, people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and watch out for more content.